we're continuing our series on how to work with Italian tubular wire mesh ribbon. Today we're going to take a crucial look at how to finish off your pieces and how to add the clasp. So today, as promised, we're going to add a pendant to our silk cord, which has been, we have 4mm silk cord inserted into the 6mm wire mesh. I've got the 4mm bronze silk cord and the black wire mesh, so you should definitely be able to see the two-tone effect with this color combination. I've got one of Tim's lovely Murano glass pendants, and I'm just simply going to add a clasp. I'm not going to add any accompany beads today. Of course, you can string other beads with this. You can knot the pendant in place. You could either make a few knots around, decorative knots if you wanted to, and you kept your cord longer. But I've already cut our cord down to the size that I want it to be, and I'm going to attach these very nice crimp ends and a clasp, and we'll be good to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to tape, after I've trimmed and made sure that my mesh and my silk cord are even, I'm going to put a little Scotch tape on the end and just sort of create a coated end similar to the end of a shoelace. And some people might want to use glue for this. I've had good luck with the tape, and I find it easier and neater to use, so I'm sticking with it, but you could also do this with glue if you wanted to. But after I've got my end taped, making sure that it fits nicely into my crimp. We don't want any tape coming out, irritating the back of our neck, or if, obviously our client's neck if we sell our pieces. So this one fit real nice and snug in that crimp. And now I'm going to just take my flat nose plier and, holding on to my crimp, just squeeze tight one end at a time. So one side at a time. Just kind of crimping it in place with my flat nose plier. Coming in there, doing the other side. Give it a little tug, make sure that it's in place, and there you are, good to go. I've already done the other side, so we can now attach our clasp. And I suggest using the heaviest duty jump rings that you can find in the sizes that you need, especially for attaching clasps. These jump rings that I'm going to use are probably about a 20 gauge, and they can be kind of hard to open. I need 2 pliers to work them often, but the good thing is that very few of my pieces, very few times is the clasp lost, or does the piece slip off. So the heavier duty, the better when it comes to jump rings, as long as they work with the loops on your clasp and they don't look too chunky. So right now I'm just going to open these jump rings, and as I said, I'm using 2 pliers for these because they are very thick. And I just come in, and I like to get my jump ring so the open end is up. And then I just sort of have my 2 pairs of pliers perpendicular to each other, and I open away from me, slip the loop of the crimped end of my cord and 1/2 of my toggle clasp onto the jump ring, and then simply close towards me. And if you keep your elbows on the table, you'll notice that you've got lots of control, and as little motion as possible when opening and closing jump rings ensures that when you close them, the 2 sides come together without a gap, and that's very important. You definitely want your jump rings to be closed all the way. So we're going to do that on the other side. Again, just attaching our clasp to our cord end. coming in there to get it as close as possible. And you might have to sometimes just give it a little squeeze. And there you have it. A nice professional looking finish, sturdy and ready to wear. And that does it for today's edition of Working with Italian Wire Mesh Ribbon. I'll see you next time, and we'll be stringing beads onto the ribbon and knotting them in place and doing some ruffle effects between them. Until then, have a great day, and thanks for tuning in.